Welcome to the Wilber and Longenbaugh podcast, where we break down tax, accounting, and financial strategies to help businesses stay compliant, profitable, and prepared. Today, our deep dive mission is, well, it's exploring why cybersecurity is now honestly just as critical as tax planning for CPA firms.
Yeah, it really is a massive shift.
Right, and if you are listening, you know you handle sensitive data every single day, but we need to look at why CPA firms are suddenly, right in the crosshairs of cyber criminals.
Well, it's because CPA firms act as these centralized hubs of just incredibly high-value data. I mean, think about it. You're holding tax returns, Social Security numbers, payroll, banking info.
Wow, literally all the crown jewels in one place.
Exactly. And hackers specifically target mid-sized firms because they know, well, you have all this enterprise-level data, but you probably lack the enterprise-level security budget to protect it.
Okay, let's unpack this, because my mind immediately goes to, those highly sophisticated Hollywood-style cyber heists.
Oh, right, with the green coat falling
Yeah.
from the screen.
Yeah, exactly. The guy in the hoodie typing furiously. But taking that burglar analogy, it sounds more like they are just walking down the street checking for unlocked doors rather than pulling off a high-tech vault job.
That is spot on. These attacks rarely resemble movies. They rely on simple human errors, things like phishing, maybe a fake IRS email or credential theft, and then ransomware, where they just,
Lock everything down.
exactly, they lock your systems and demand a payout.
So, because these attacks are deceptively simple, I imagine the legal and financial fallout must be heavily regulated now.
Oh, absolutely. Cybersecurity is now a core compliance duty. It's right there under IRS guidelines and the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act.
And the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act applies to CPAs.
It does, yeah. And failing to implement reasonable safeguards brings some really severe penalties. It's not just a recommendation anymore.
So, what does this all mean when a breach actually happens? Is it just a temporary headache?
I wish it were just a headache. The real-world consequences are devastating. First, you get immediate operational disruption.
Everything just stops.
Right. Completely grinds to a halt. Then comes the severe financial loss. But the worst part is the permanent reputational damage. The loss of client trust. For smaller firms, honestly, it can be fatal.
Fatal. Wow, that is terrifying, facing total business disruption like that. So how can a firm realistically protect itself without dropping half its revenue on a massive IT budget?
Well, there are 4 practical must-haves.
Yeah.
First is multi-factor authentication, or MFA. You just have to have it.
Right, the fingerprint or the text code on your phone.
Exactly. Second, regular software updates. Third, you need secure backups, which is absolutely essential for surviving ransomware.
Because if they lock your system, you can just restore it from the backup.
Yes, you strip them of all their leverage. And fourth, rigorous employee training.
Looking at that list, 3 of those are tech, but 1 is entirely human. I mean, technology is useless if an employee blindly clicks a bad link, right?
Spot on. If we connect this to the bigger picture, cybersecurity is a business continuity issue, which means it must be treated as an ongoing leadership responsibility, not just, an IT task you outsource and forget about.
That makes total sense. Well, let's recap what we've covered today in this deep dive. CPA firms are prime targets because they hold a massive volume of sensitive data. Threats exploit simple human vulnerabilities, and your best defense is a mix of practical measures like MFA and secure backups, paired with strong leadership focus. We encourage you to learn more about proactive financial and compliance strategies by visiting www.mwwcta.com.
Cybersecurity isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared. Ask yourself, if your firm's systems were locked down tomorrow morning, how confident are you in your backups?